What's new this month at Rogers Railroad Junction? We're feeling rather special this month with special duty diesels from EMD, all courtesy of Athearn Genesis. And we start with SD70 and 75Ms. Evolving out of the SD60 program in the early 1990s, the SD70s offered a substantial boost in horsepower over previous EMD offerings, and were the first units to offer the bigger and better comfort cab with its distinctive wide-body design. But the competition never stands still for long, and as the horsepower wars continued to rage, so EMD upped the ante again in 1994 with the SD75, jumping the horsepower threshold from 4,000 up to 4,300, and answering the challenge thrown down by General Electric and their C44-9W locomotive. And that, in turn, begat the SD75i, featuring an isolated cab with vibration-dampening grommets for even greater crew comfort. Note the rubber isolation joint running vertically down the side of the nose. All Genesis products feature 5-pole skew-wound motors with back EMF control, directional LED headlights and ditch lights, full end detail, including MU cables and spare knuckles, and tsunami sound effects with simulated startup whenever power is applied. Then there's Ready to Roll, who's up with a pair of freight offerings this month, starting with Pullman 4,740 cubic foot covered hoppers. The first name in hopper design since the 1950s, Pullman Standard released the Model 4740 in 1967, meeting an industry demand for greater efficiency and higher load capacity. Then there's 60-foot Gunderson boxcars. Identifiable by their excess height stripes, these high-cube cars can be found carrying a multitude of products ranging from auto parts to paper. These models even feature re-stenciled lettering and patchwork paint, indicating cars that were previously targeted by graffiti vandals. Further down the list, we have box sets of bathtub coal gondolas. Made popular with the advent of rotary dumpers, these cars are known for their lighter tare weight and higher loading capacity when compared against traditional bottom discharge hoppers. Also, 40-foot express boxcars. Built for service within passenger trains, these cars were charged with carrying small, high-priority freight shipments, sort of an old-time equivalent of UPS Next Day Air. And finally, 40-foot superior door boxcars. Known for hauling just about anything and everything in their day, boxcars have long since become symbols of both railroads and American industry in general. All ready-to-roll products include wire grab irons, see-through catwalks, metal wheels, underbody details, and knuckle couplers. Then there's Intermountain, who's got 42-foot fish-belly flat cars on offer this month. Denoted by their extra-deep side sills, these cars were designed for carrying extra heavy loads, and in Intermountain's case, a simulated wood deck and staff-style handbrake complete the effect of this 1950s-era utilitarian hauler. And also from Intermountain, 40-foot flying feather cars of the Western Pacific Railroad. One of the flashier liveries ever applied to an otherwise common boxcar, the WP purchased these shine boxes in the early 1950s, and many survived in maintenance of way service well into the 1980s. In fact, it's so pretty that Walthers decided to release a version of their own. Walthers cars feature metal wheels and couplers, optimized weighting and prototypical graphics, Intermountain offers all of that, plus freestanding ladders and grab irons, see-through roof walks, and additional end details. Then there's Broadway Limited, who's bringing out the Extreme Steam with Santa Fe Northern types. Being the first major railroad to order the type when developed, Santa Fe's Northerns were among the oldest and most influential in their design, making them a truly landmark locomotive class. These models represent a later period in their careers, however, when multiple rebuilding programs had been performed. Enlarged drivers, modified sand domes, Santa Fe's distinctive box-type number boards, and an improved feedwater heater system are all represented. Broadway's award-winning Paragon 3 sound system is a standout feature, as is synchronized puffing smoke and individually sprung drive wheels. Then we've got KD, who's rolling out 50-foot boxcars of the Tidewater Southern Railway. A small yet popular short line in the heart of California's Central Valley, the Tidewater has long since been known for two things: its somewhat rickety trackage and its fanciful cornucopia logo. And it's the latter that these cars celebrate with razor-sharp graphics on this classic Pullman standard design. And also from KD, 11,000-gallon tank cars. Built by the American Car Foundry in the 1940s, riveted tank cars such as these carried the majority of the nation's bulk liquid cargoes well into the 1960s. All KD products feature mesh catwalks, metal wheels and couplers, working doors where applicable, and some of the best overall detail work in the entire model railroad hobby. And finally this month, Cato is out with 3-car stack sets. Representing the Gunderson Maxi 4 design that's so popular with American railroads today, these intermodal mainstays will look right at home behind any modern power. Featuring a metal injection molded frame, full brake rigging and plumbing, multi-sized metal wheels, depending on position, and the option of Cato's magnetic anchoring system for securing those troublesome container loads. Containers sold separately, of course. And on a final note, stay tuned for information on our all-new switching puzzle contest. Simply move the provided cars into their designated positions within the allotted time and without derailing or touching the equipment directly, and win a gift certificate for right here in the store. And of course there will be even more to come next month, so drop on in and see what else will soon be new at Rogers Railroad Junction today.